My passion for journalism and just media in general has grown ever since I came here and discovered what journalism really was. Journalism itself has really opened up to me, and I've seen a lot of things that I like about it as well, so I'm even more glad that I pursued journalism specifically. The pros, I think, are both the perspective that I have and just like how that allows me to do my job and also have a relationship and have a perspective that people really like and that people really respect. Sometimes it can make it harder to initially meet people and establish those relationships if people have some sort of weird preconceived notions or just like basic nuances that the blindness can make you prone to missing. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, I guess, or like the pros can be the cons and vice versa. But yeah, like the pros I would say are definitely getting a unique perspective. Sometimes being able to separate yourself from the visuals of stuff is something that a lot of people could use the ability to do, and I obviously just have that ability naturally if you think of it as that. And the cons are kind of a lot of the same things, just sometimes it makes it harder to pick up on all the nuances of the stuff you're supposed to be reporting, but at the same time, my whole life has been like this. Basically, I've been blind since I was a year old. It's on me to figure out how to adapt and how to learn those nuances, because obviously I got this far, so there's no reason that I should let anything like that stand in my way. What makes me unique? That's something that I'm trying to ask myself every day. I like to say my perspective is unique because there's not a lot of people who cover the sports, for news organizations and media organizations on the same level that I do without sight. There have been blind, radio DJs and stuff like that before in the past. But the perspective that I have of basically doing a lot of the things that sighted people are doing, that's pretty unique. But I don't think it's necessarily true that losing one sense enhances your other ones. I think it's you learn how to use them more. In fact, I'm actually a really good case and point for this because I actually have some mild hearing loss. It's like nothing that anybody really would pick up on, and I still always get told how do you hear these but that's a case in point of my hearing is certainly not uncommonly good. It's more difficult to go up to somebody and just start a random conversation. I mean, I've gotten better at that, but even that is harder because it's not as simple as just, oh, that looks like a nice guy. I'll go up and start a conversation with him. It's harder just how to meet people, but I don't think it's harder for me to become friends with people. In fact, I think a lot of times when people actually take that leap and come up to the blind person and start talking and then they realize who I am as a person, I actually think of in terms of people who approach me and people who decide to talk to me, I think a lot of those people end up sticking around in my life. It was an allergic reaction. Well, a reaction, not necessarily allergic. My mom's the medical scientific mind behind all that. All I know is that I got a vaccination and very soon after that I got really sick and had encephalitis, which is inflammation of the brain, which damaged my optic nerves, which is why I went blind. So it could have been a lot worse because usually people who have encephalitis as bad as I did, it's pretty common you don't live through it, honestly.